Hello, hello. Welcome to day 30 check in. We're done. We have made it through the Jim Tang 30-day challenge for creators. And there's been nothing but like good vibes just coming from the emails and the Discord of people like, I didn't think I could do this, or I made it through every day, or maybe I lost my streak, but I was able to make it up and I at least post something. I made this account, I made this creation. And it's really cool to see. You look through the Discord and you're seeing all these people who like genuinely like sit down and make very quality content, which is very much not what I've been doing. And you see people who are looking back at a brand they made and time that they dedicated to their craft, and it's low key beautiful. But that's not really what I did. I worked on this almost exclusively at like 2, 3 in the morning. I lost sleep over this, definitely, because one, because I have been compulsively gaming, and two, because I still have to do work and research, and I would work during the day, and then I'd work out, and then I'd play video games, and late into the night, and then I'd realize, oh shit, I still have this challenge that I want to do, and I would rather commit myself to that than take care of myself. And I felt like a hypocrite a lot of times making these videos because I would talk about things like health and like what your priorities should be, following Maslow's hierarchy of needs, how to take care of yourself, all those good things, and then I just don't do that myself in particular context of this challenge. I generally do okay at college, but this very bad example of me, like, you should never be sleep deprived in summer if you like don't have a full-time job, which I don't. I was supposed to, but I didn't. And looking back at it, I'm like, wow, that was low-key stupid. But the video making made me happy in the process. It slowly started becoming a journal, a diary for me, where I got more personal, more comfortable being more personable on the internet. Because I originally did this thinking that I was going to be very impersonal and just talk about not really lived experience, but the reasoning or the thinking that I got from my lived experiences. And I started weaving in a little bit more personal anecdote until eventually we just was like, okay, I need to build a brand, and that brand is just my life and what I've done with it. And it got me thinking about some things like my ex and how I compromised myself for the sake of my relationship. And I have a friend who like got broken up with, not broken up, he broke up with someone yesterday, and it had everything to do with that, where it's just like you as an individual are not willing to compromise so much of yourself in order to make a relationship work out. Like, you and your life is more important than if a relationship going well, which to some people was like, that's not really committal. You know, you should change for your partner, you should try to grow with your partner, but maybe your partner is not growing with you, and it's a two-way street where just you guys want different things for your guys' futures. And you hopefully, like, people it's like, oh, like, I personally have chosen very terribly in the past, and I don't there's always this weird thing of like shitting on your ex, but at least for me, I've chosen people that didn't share my values, and whether I have bad values or they are people who didn't care about me, like, it's neither here nor there, but they were more comfortable making that decision of, I'm not willing to compromise myself to make this work out, and I wasn't. And now I'm getting there. And it's a lonely thing, right? Because I'm like, if I fit myself to a lot of people, then I'll be able to meet more people, which is something which I have to do for leadership and teaching. You have to make yourself very easily understood. You have to appease the most amount of people. You have to make yourself approachable. But I don't want to do that for my relationships. I want to genuinely care about people. I want to uphold this brand and attract the kind of people that have similar values to me. And if that's a difficult thing, then it's a difficult thing. But I don't want to compromise myself anymore, because I now have the self-confidence to say that I am somebody worth loving, and that I do things that are impactful and that I genuinely care about. And I think that everybody should do that, and everyone should work hard and work smart and stay in tune with the times and make rational decisions. There is increasing ideas as information is easier and cognition is outsourceable to always be right, and there's that pressure to always be right. And seeing people go out there in the world and start like liking these ideas of absurdism and like post rationale, I don't think that's a scary thing, because honestly, I know some people with very good intuition and very high emotional intelligence, and they do great things. and they're very smart, and they don't need to actively think about their rationale in order to have good rationale or to just find success in life. But that's not me, and I just need somebody who can not only have that good rationale but also that can explain themselves so I can understand. And they shouldn't have to explain themselves, but that's something that I personally need. I like things to make sense. I love reason. I do CS because I like problem solving. I like stuff that is eventually going to become intuitive, but I also just like feeling like what I'm doing is the quote unquote right way or the best way that I can right now. And without knowing that or the active pursuit of it, it's hard for me to actively pursue it. And unfortunately, I'm going to put that pressure on my partner as well, and they need to be able to share that value. And it may not be the best thing for me, it may not be a good thing in general, but it's something that I personally value, and I feel like people don't understand that. Where people are like, oh, it's racist to have a type, to be exclusionary, to like, oh, you're fetishizing Asians or whatever, like the yellow fever. But you, as an individual, have preferences, and it's okay to have preferences, even if they are immutable qualities that somebody has. It's like that reflects on you, and like maybe someone likes you, and it sucks that their feelings are going to be unrequited, but it's like they shouldn't want someone that doesn't want them. Like that sucks. Unrequited love is terrible, and you setting that firm boundary is better than you guys being in a relationship and you're always shaming them for them not being something which they could never be. So something to think about. But that's why I say focus on what you can, control what you can, focus on the controllables. But oh wow, I got very, very, very off topic. Let's reflect on this challenge. So yes, I lost sleep over this. That was the number one thing that I regret, is that I just didn't take great care of myself. But I also like don't game at all during school, so it was nice to be able to spend some time with friends and enjoy gaming and just not really having to care about schedule or regime or discipline, things that I value very highly during the school year, because if I don't, I miss sleep, and then I miss time with people, or I miss meetings. A lot of people depend on me, and I just need to be consistent and routine, and I need to be able to tell myself when I'm really tired that I'm like, hey, you need to study. Like, this is going to be so much more difficult and throw off so many more things if you don't put in the work in now. And yeah, I'm good, not good, but I'm happy about my public speaking. I feel like it has gotten easier for me to talk in front of a camera. In conversation, I yap a lot. I have no problem maintaining a conversation with people, because I can clearly maintain a conversation with myself. Even if I lose train of thought sometimes, maybe that was because I was sleep deprived, or I always recorded it late. Like, it is the middle of the day right now, and I clearly have more energy. Like, I'm just functioning better after I've not been playing Overwatch for 4 hours. But yeah, it's weird for me. I like the values that I upheld in this, because I always struggle with like being genuine. It was something that I valued highly in terms of like personal leadership. Like, I, as an individual, like I was consistently in positions of power, and I would do these lectures, and I would plan them out and script them and practice speaking about them. But at some point, you kind of just have to let go and just like try it and just let it happen. But I personally didn't do that. I didn't script. I didn't really plan out the stuff. Like, I had ideas written down, and it would be one sentence. And if I could connect it to something in my life, I would just talk about it. I'd find a way to fill up the time. I like that I took a pivot away from just filling up the video. I mean, I'm kind of doing it right now, but I actually don't want to feel like I'm just talking for a certain amount of time and I need to time my speaking. Like, no, I'm going to say as much as I have to say, or maybe that even that I want to say, because I'm making these videos to fulfill myself, and then I'm done. Like, I don't need to say anything more. Yeah. And I also just overall, I'm really proud of at least my half-assed, but my commitment to looking at I didn't look back at my content. I tried really hard to like not look at the views or the watch time, but it was like 254, I think, 200 something views total, and 2 hours, which is of watch time. So like usually someone would like click on and like only watch for a minute, but that's way more than I thought I would get, because I wasn't doing shorts or reels. Like, I was making like normal ass YouTube content, and I didn't do promo. I didn't do ads. I didn't optimize for algorithm. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's no tags on my videos. Uh, and I just structured the playlists and I made them for me. And there's still videos out there that nobody has ever seen in the world. And that's a comforting thought. But there also just are videos that people have seen a lot of. Like the challenge videos did pretty well. I think YouTube likes like a challenge. Like they likes the consistency. So once I started fucking up and not having the days consistent, it didn't like it as much. But yeah, it was weird that like the channel got discovered. It the algorithm pushed it to people. Like maybe there's people who chase novelty, or maybe the videos like actually speak to someone. But I don't think I genuinely impacted anybody's life from these videos. I don't think anyone actually got through an entire video and was able to get a message away from it, or was like, this is great. I got one comment, was like, I love the content, and that was so gratifying. And when I guess tying back to those ideas, like me being genuine and an outspoken person, I like the feeling of when people are like, I respect you as an individual, because I had to take the hard road. I chose to make my life more difficult, to make it so less people liked me, because I'm a hard ass and I don't want to half-ass things. And I'm not going to look at you and pretend like I like you if I don't. I'm going to be honest and be upfront and say that, hey, you as an individual, like, there's these things that I don't like about you, or like, no, this wasn't right. Like, I'm not going to support you unconditionally as a friend, which is something which is different for your family and hopefully your lover. So yeah, lots of experience. I like the content that I made generally, and I'm surprised that it reached people. And overall, it was a great challenge, and I'm glad that I proved to myself that I could. So that's the end of our 30 days. I'm not going to be posting daily anymore, but I think I'll write out a few more videos for the summer, work out a lot of the videos that I have in notes. And other than that, thank you for watching, for tuning in, if any of you are out there. And stay tuned for what's to come. Probably more AP crash outs. And I'm off to college. Bye bye.